Watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition, the Sacramento Report. Hello everyone, I'm Jaime Garza, joined today by Assemblyman Bob Blumenfield. On your agenda to talk about today is false claims when it deals with the government and contractors who apparently ripping off taxpayers. It's a big problem.
Yes, it's a big problem. Thank you very much for having me today. It's a big problem, and I have a bill to go after that and to really try to recover billions of dollars. That's billions with a B. Back to the state treasury. It's as much as we were making all these cuts and painful cuts in the budget process, we have to look at the other side of the coin and see how the money is being spent and make sure that there is not fraud, because every dollar of fraud is not only it hurts the taxpayer and it hurts the government, it hurts the services.
It's a really big problem, bigger than I think a lot of people realize. Explain to us, how much money are we talking about?
Well, the False Claims Act, which is my bill, will basically expand and give teeth to the current False Claims Act. On the federal level, the bill has brought over $14 billion back to the U.S. Treasury and over $1 billion back to the state treasury. And this bill will basically allow that to continue and expand it and give it a little extra teeth. And with all the federal money coming down through the stimulus package, those billions of dollars, and it's coming through the system so fast, there's a real fear there's going to be a lot of fraud. And one way to deal with that is to create a financial incentive for whistleblowers to come forward and prevent that fraud, or when it happens, to reveal it so that the government can recover that money.
And you were saying there is going to be some sort of incentive for these whistleblowers so that it really kind of motivates people to do the right thing.
Well, under the current law, there is an incentive. It's an interesting law. It goes back to Abraham Lincoln, and the Union Army was getting gunpowder that was cut with sawdust, and it was given teeth back in '86 on the federal level by the person I used to work for, Congressman Howard Berman. He did it in a bipartisan way, and then the state did a similar law. But then recently there was a couple of court cases that have narrowed the scope of it substantially. And on the federal side of things, the Congress, Congressman Berman joined together with Senator Grassley and others, they updated the law and they made it expansive for federal funds. And so what I'm doing is a companion measure to that on the state side to make this law expand to cover all state funds, not just direct state contracts, indirect state contracts, CalPERS, CalSTRS, the UC system, to make sure everywhere that a state dollar is put at risk, or that everywhere a state dollar is expended, that it's covered by the False Claims Act so that we can get it at the fraud and make sure that nobody is ripping off the government.
If a government contractor is found that it's guilty of defrauding the government, what kind of penalties, do they receive right now? Are they pretty stiff, or is it enough to say it's a slap on the hand and you move on?
The False Claims Act can be very stiff. There's, without getting into all the technicalities,
right,
there's treble damages, which is the triple damages, there is attorney's fees, and then there's a huge amount of money in terms of the recovery that can come from this. These cases are often in the hundreds of millions of dollars. There was a case not too long ago having to deal in San Francisco, the San Francisco Bay, where a tugboat company was basically telling the government that it was taking just a little bit of silt, and really it was taking tons, literally tons of material that was worth millions of dollars. I remember the claim something was in $40 or $50 million was recovered. And the person the tugboat captain in this case, who brought it forward, gets a percentage of that. And depending on how the case rolls out, if the government does most of the work, they get a smaller percentage. If the individual brings that case forward on their own, they get a larger percentage. So anywhere between 15 to 50% of the recovery can go to the whistleblower.
So that's a really big incentive, but do people know that that's really out there? If I see some wrongdoing, I might say, okay, God, I should call somebody. But do people know that they can get this kind of reward, I guess?
Well, everyone who's watching this show will now know, and it's obviously it's limited in scope. You have to have certain knowledge, but it is something that can be very effective, and people have found to be very effective. And I hope it's used more, because it is a way to recover our dollars, our tax dollars.
And that's the key. It's your dollars, it's my dollars, and it's your dollars at home as well. Assemblyman Bob Blumenfield, thank you very much. Keep up the work. I want my tax dollars to go where they're supposed to go. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition, the Sacramento Report. I'm Jaime Garza. Make it a great day.